it appears like Tanzania is going to be a great farm for some good players, exciting players. Well, on this episode of Oscar Mzize Football, we're again looking at two players that are obviously commanding interest almost everywhere. I do go by the name of Oscar Mzize Football, where we engage and discuss on anything to do with football, from Africa to the world and from the world to Africa. Yet again, we are going to Tanzania. I don't know how long will these teams from Tanzania, I'm talking about Simba, Azam, and Yanga, how long will they resist the money from all these other countries for the players they have? Clearly, the Tanzanian league have improved. You also see the faces of Simba and Yanga year in and year out in CAF competitions, and that alone will improve the club. And I've been following the league. You do have some competitive games, and that is exciting for Africa, because it's impossible for African players to all go to Europe. What will be left of us here? So let us improve the products that we have here in the continent and attract more people, more sponsorships, and more partners. I am loving this idea of seeing other leagues improve to make our African football more competitive. Now, Rulani Mokoena is interested. Nasreddine Nabi is also interested in these two players. Now, Yanga have said that they will only start listening from $800,000 per player. $800,000 per player. I believe that Wydad had tabled an offer of $500,000 per player, because the interest is on Aziz, the Burkina Faso international, 28-year-old, and the Tanzanian striker in Clement Mzize. He's turning 21 this year, 2025. One is a number 10, an attacking forward, a creative midfielder, and the other one is a striker who can also play as a target man, number 9, but again, who can also collect from the number 10 drop and come in. I mean, the past weekend or so, he scored a cracker against TP Mazembe. He's not a small boy. He's big. I mean, he's big. Clement Mzize, and the interest there on the boy has been there. I mean, from the previous window, I believe there was a time when an offer of $200,000 was tabled by Kaizer Chiefs for Clement Mzize, but at the time, I think they were still under the transfer ban, so they were not sure whether to sell or not, so they decided not to, and the deal did not materialize. Now, what will be the motivation for both players to go to Rulani Mokoena? Clearly, Kaizer Chiefs and Wydad, they are not in any CAF competitions. Kaizer Chiefs finished 10th position in the Betway Premiership last season, and your what do you call this team now in Tanzania? The Wydad in Morocco, they finished 6th in Botola 1. So both clubs are not in any CAF competition. But the advantage for a Wydad and a Rulani Mokoena is that they are going into that Club World Cup in America, where they will be, I think they're in the same group as Pep Guardiola's Man City. I think there's a Brazilian team. I forgot the other one. So teams are not just preparing for the last 6 months of their seasons, but they are also looking at what's going to be, preparing for I'm talking about the 4 clubs that will be going to America for that Club World Cup, Sundowns, Wydad, Al Ali, and Esperance. So that's the greatest motivation for Aziz Ki and Clement Mzize to join Rulani at Wydad. Now, here's the thing. Wydad were also, offered a good deal, a fair deal for for Aziz Ki in the previous window. I think they tabled an offer. I think they were like 4 or 3 business, return class tickets if Aziz Ki had agreed to move to Wydad. 4 business class tickets, return tickets to and from Rabat to his home, and there was also a townhouse and obviously a better salary than he was earning at Yanga. At the time, he had not signed a new contract with Yanga. The contract that ended, and he was a free agent. But as to how Yanga convinced Aziz Ki to stay in Tanzania, just shows maybe the great love that Aziz Ki has got for the people of Tanzania and Yanga SC, and that's how he managed to stay in Tanzania. Because on paper, what we saw, what the Wydad was offering, a townhouse, those business class tickets to and from Morocco, Burkina Faso, and then on top of that you had a bumped up salary, and I think there was a fat signing on fee as well. Because he was a free agent, so you could understand why Wydad could offer such a package. But this time around, Ronaldo Mokoena is not just interested in Aziz Ki as his number 10. He also wants a striker, because the striker he's got there, the Senegalese guy, he's not scoring a lot of goals. So Clement Mzize is probably one that is preferred. What will be the motivation for the players to come down to Southern Africa and join a Kaizer Chiefs? Kaizer Chiefs is not playing in any CAF competitions. They are struggling even to break the top 3 in South Africa to become to play in CAF competition. And but if they do come to South Africa, they'll probably get a very, very good income. Kaizer Chiefs do pay their foreign players very well, and obviously when you come to Kaizer Chiefs, you will also have some good endorsements, because Kaizer Chiefs is a big club, is a huge club. Don't be deceived by seeing Sundowns year in and year out in CAF competition, and Orlando Pirates there, and think that maybe Kaizer Chiefs is a small club. Kaizer Chiefs is massive, literally, in every way you can think of. They are the biggest club. They've got the biggest following in South Africa, and they probably have the most sponsorships in South Africa. So money wise, they will be rewarded when they come to Kaizer Chiefs. But for ambitions in terms of competitions played in and all, it would be better for them to go to a Wydad. We'll be following this story, but it's going to be difficult for Yanga to sell to any of the two, because they still want to compete in that CAF Champions League. They've got a game tonight against Al Hilal of Sudan. Depending, they need to win the game. It's the must win for them. I think Al Hilal have already qualified for the next stage. So Yanga SC, led by Said, they need to win tonight's game. If they don't win tonight's game, it's going to be, I think, difficult for them to progress to the next stage, the knockout stage of CAF Champions League. We'll be following this story, and I'd like you to hear also your comments below as to where you think this Aziz Ki and Clement Mzize should move to. Maybe, let's say, if Yanga FC don't make it to the knockout stages of CAF Champions League, because if they don't, then I don't see the reason why they should keep the players. Rather make money from the two players, get some quality alternative players from around the region in Kenya, Burundi, wherever they go for their players, Ghana, Nigeria, and make money from the two as soon as they can. Let me end it there by declaring, may my God bless you all.